the villains, where One Piece's conflicts are strongly defined and spawn.
Dude.
Okay. Either this is about to be a blowout, a 5-1 blowout, or he's gonna have to bullshit some way to make it tie or make DBZ pull out ahead. He's going with cultural impact. That's a hundo. That's a point for DBZ.
How's that fair?
He did sales.
But again, how can you even measure cultural impact? I guess because the manga that followed. But are we talking about the journey to the West and the cultural impact they had on Dragon Ball? Which then further, like, everything that follows something apes a little bit and transforms it.
He should have opened up the video like, these are important criteria to what I believe make things better. But he just goes sales, villains, main characters, story, plot, whatever. Why this, whatever number he's going to come to, why that number?
Luffy and his crew deal with the circumstances brought on by their respective...
What way, it shouldn't just be a hard point-to-point thing. What weighs more in terms of a story? Subjective, objective, whatever. But to me, characters are more important. So I'll put more stake in the character stuff.
Whereas I'm more plot, so I'll put more stake on the plot thing.
Yeah. If this was me, I'd be like, 2 points for One Piece for characters, 1 point for DBZ for actions, since I don't care too much about it. If you're going just pure subjective, you do what you got to do. But not everything weighs exactly the same.
Strongly defined and spawned from how Luffy and his crew deal with the circumstances brought on by their respective villains, Dragon Ball is practically defined by its villains. With each subsequent threat...
Is he about to get his point to Dragon Ball? The villains?
Yeah! You got great villains like Cell. Who just wanted to become perfect to fight and be the strongest. And you got Frieza, who just wanted the Dragon Balls to be the strongest. Yes, nuances in the characters. He's very arrogant. He's hoity-toity. Yes. But the goals and how they go about them are poop.
On top of that, they're nuance. What are you talking about? They're practically the same character.
All very arrogant. All just power hungry. Not Boo. Not fat.
No. I mean just Cell and Frieza. Mm-hmm. They're practically the same.
Vegeta and Raditz. You can put them in there as well. I'm better than you, Goku, says Raditz. I'm better than you, says Vegeta.
Or Raditz Nappa.
What's the difference if it was Nappa who had the same power level as Raditz coming to Earth versus and then you just slot in Raditz in the Nappa role? What's the difference? They're both very arrogant. They're both very sadistic.
Forming the name of that given saga of the story. The Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, the Cell saga, etc. One Piece has some amazing...
Isn't the Namek saga?
Hang on.
Either way, who cares if the thing is just what it's called?
Yeah, because there's always somebody at the top of the mountain going, "Oh no, we gotta punch that person," as opposed to here is whole cake. It's the world. It's what we're doing on this archipelago. Island. It's what we are doing on this island. What does it mean for the world? Not just, oh no, that guy over there, we got to punch.
There was somebody that said something like, I love One Piece because the arcs aren't just named, some character or play. I'm like, no, it absolutely is. But the names are so cool that it doesn't matter. You have things like Thriller Bark, Sabaody Archipelago, Skypiea, stuff like that. As opposed to just going the Saiyan arc because the Saiyans are here. The Frieza arc because that's the villain. The Cell arc because that's the villain. There's more going on in the world than just, hey, here's the villain. So, of course, the arc centers completely around them.
Crocodile arc. That sounds really lame.
And it's not even fair.
It's not about Crocodile.
It's about Alabasta. It's the Alabasta saga because you encompass Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, all that crap.
But these things are about the villains.
But that doesn't make the villains themselves better.
No, absolutely not.
antagonists and villains like Blackbeard and the world government, but those are still very much unknown quantities at this moment, so for that reason I will omit them in this conversation. However, even if I were to include them in my decision, it's still the same. My favorite villain...
I'm so interested in Blackbeard. I want...
They keep giving little weird pieces like, hey, his weird body.
He got a weird body, and I just love his plans of just like, I need to capture a strong pirate, become a Shishibukai, get into Impel Down, go all the way down there, get a strong crew, and then we going
nuts.
Then we going nuts. I love that. That's fantastic.
And they're attacking the revolutionaries.
And just all the way back in Drum Island, like, oh, these Blackbeard bastards came up here and just wrecked all the way back in just the beginning of Skypiea, just this random dude, just like, I want to capture you, Luffy, but why though? Oh, we'll figure out.
And he's got this little rinky-dink ship that they're just falling apart, and it's like, we're capturing Star Hat Luffy.
And then you have to think like, this is the dude talking about a man's dream will never die. What does that mean? What is his dream? Why is he doing these things?
And him and Luffy basically have the same dream, but they even show the dichotomy and the differences in their dreams where they're talking about this pie is delicious, this pie is disgusting. It's such a weird thing to just play off of how different they are, but it's played as a joke. But then you look back and go, wow, that's a really serious dude.
That dude could have legit just grabbed Luffy and pulled his head off right then and there. And Luffy couldn't defeat him. Not even a chance.
Probably couldn't defeat him post-time skip.
When he came down to Impel Down and turned his head and Blackbeard is just there. He just goes, sup, Luffy?
And he's like,
how's your brother?
Blackbeard, what are you doing down here? Blackbeard? He didn't even know that. He just knew him as the pie guy that he met in Jaya. That's Blackbeard? Oh, he's gotta get a punch real quick. Luffy punches him. He gets hurt. He sucks Luffy in and punches Luffy. And then they're separated. It's like some wrestling boys. Where they both counter each other's supers and finishers.
They both got it hit off and you go, oh, who would have won? They look like they're even. But yeah, what are you talking about? You're not adding Blackbeard. I put Blackbeard against anybody in DBZ.
And we barely get anything.
Yeah, put Kizaru against anybody in DBZ.
Dude, Kizaru is a mod. You want me go handle that, boss?
That's the legit, like, top 5 moment in One Piece.
And it's such a small moment.
Yes, Akainu just goes, it's the Big Mom and Kaido pirates. It's Wano, a bunch of weirdos. We don't know how to get up in there. We don't know their powers or nothing. He goes, you want me to swing on over there? I'm like, this... Not... Let me go grab my crew. You want me to just go on over there and handle that? That's money. Not just he wants to be the strongest. He wants to just rule everything. And the 3 admirals got different senses of justice.
And you go ahead.
Akainu would not have let the Straw Hats walk away.
No, he would have killed him.
Neither would have Kizaru. But Akainu just like lazy justice. You guys.
Aokiji.
Aokiji. I promised you that I wouldn't go after your crew, and I'm gonna do it. Akainu would have just been like, all right, well, you're just handled.
Why would I accept that deal?
Yeah. We know almost nothing about these 3 people. But we know their senses of justice so much to just go, if any other of the admirals were in that situation, the whole Straw Hats would be wiped out.
And then you got people like Moria, which he's a monster. He's ruining people's lives. He's killing people. But then his crew disappears and he goes, hey, where's my friend? Oh, he's dead? Oh, I might need to kill you. That's a villain. Now, he's not a good guy, but he cares about the people that is near him. Do you see the difference? It's a villain that doesn't need to turn to start caring. He cares about what he cares about.
Yes. He got his own story going on.
Everybody has their own story going on.
Dofi had his own little plan to rule the kingdom, and he's just happy doing that. He got his crew.
And Virgo die, and he goes, "Good job. Sad you guys are gonna. This is how you go out."
Great stuff there.
He was sad about it. We say he is a slaver, a man signing off on child experimentation, and he goes, "Dang, I'm sad about them."
Why did Big Mom want everybody to be giants? She wants everybody to be equal. She faced all that prejudice in her early life going, "You giant monster pieces." She wants everybody on her level.
She wants everybody to be a family. And because of that, she's going to create a family where every race is part of her family.
Great stuff
But
there.
the Giants refuse to play ball. So I've got to create giants.
Kaido, from what we see about him, the man wants to die in a spectacular fashion. First time we see him, we go, Whitebeard did it the right way. We about to start the biggest war the world has ever seen. He's jealous that Whitebeard got to die a warrior's death. It looks like that's what he wants. Vegeta. I'm so superior to you guys. I'm the strongest. I want the Dragon Balls for eternal life. Frieza, I'm so superior to you guys. I'm powerful. I want the Dragon Balls for the eternal life. Cell, I'm so superior to you guys. I just want to fight or something, or I just want to become perfect. And then once I'm perfect, I want to test my perfection. Fighting.
You've got those surface level things, and you can look at the difference of something like Vegeta and Frieza, because Vegeta wanted to be immortal so he could defeat Frieza. But the reason he wanted to defeat Frieza is he was going to overtake his...
He just wanted to become the new Frieza.
Now, he did want to defeat Frieza because he wanted his revenge, but he still also wanted to be the new Frieza. Till Bulma put it down on that boy. Changed his whole outlook on life.
Bulma and Vegeta's a big problem. But yeah, Boo.
That's weird.
I'll give you the Boos. Fat Boo's interesting in the fact that he's just like a dumb kid. Super Boo, I like certain moments of him just like, you can kill all the people on Earth, just give us time. And he just walks around and then just does that. And he's staring at the little clock and then you like eggs and does something. That's interesting stuff. That's small little interesting stuff. Super Boo just because, not Super Boo, Boo Tinks and Buhan, they just become Cell again. It's anti-interesting. And Kid Boo is just a force of nature. There's not really anything there. He's just an antagonist, a big crazy animal antagonist. But there is no comparison here. You really gotta explain yourself.
Include them in my decision, it's still the same. My favorite villains from the world of One Piece are the likes of Arlong, Enel, Crocodile, and Doflamingo. These are all great in their own respects, but when I compare them to the likes of Piccolo, Vegeta, Frieza, and Cell, a clearer picture starts to emerge.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Arlong is better because he was also mad that his crew was getting beat up. Crocodile? Are you serious? Enelu did not want anything but to go to the moon.
He set up such a world that he's just like, I can hear everybody doing that. You talk about me, I'm zapping you because I am God. You want me to prove it? Say something about me on the other edge of the island and get zapped.
And he was goofy. He was like, hey, Enelu, you gotta do this thing today. Don't wanna. Okay, we're not doing that then.
He's talking to supporters like, how many people you think is gonna be on this island? Let's make a game in the next hour. Let's make a game about this.
And he was completely telling the truth. Hey, I want 5 people. Okay, we got the 5 people here. Come on the ship with me. Not like, you guys, you foolish people.
He was just like, let's go, Nami. You good? You want to come with me? Let's go then. The moon's about to be awesome. Look at my arc maximum. It's fly, ain't it? Here's how it works. I zap this, it goes up. Let's go. Great stuff there. I want to be perfect.
And Doflamingo, one of the best villains in One Piece. Dude. What was King Piccolo?
I want to rule the world.
What was he?
Even Piccolo was just like, I want to avenge my father by killing the person that killed him and then rule the world. Doflamingo just had his little island that he was happy with. And he had his little experiments and crap like that. And he goes, I don't want to piss off Kaido, so we going through with this whole smile thing. Holy crap, y'all got Caesar? Let him go. I'll renounce my Shichibukai status. I don't want none of that Kaido smoke.
He wanted 0% of that.
I'll get rid of it. Just bring him here so we can continue the smile stuff, alright? I don't want none of that smoke.
And the reason he wanted Dressrosa is because he felt it was his birthright because he was a noble.
Yes.
But he was almost killed and treated like...
Because of his dumb dad just going, we shouldn't be up here.
His dad wanted more for nobles than to just be noble. And Doflamingo suffered for it and he goes, no, I'm going to be a noble.
The biggest noble.
I'm going to be the king.
What is Frieza's backstory? Why is he like that? Vegeta, we got what? Maybe 3 scenes of his childhood? Why is he like that and what facilitated the change? We don't know. It's just strong people doing strong things. There is no comparison here. You are a child. What are you doing? What's your explanation for the likes of Piccolo, Frieza, Cell? What do you mean? Compare and contrast like we just did.
Maybe he will. You know, we paused it, so maybe.
One Piece's villains a lot of the time are quite complex and offer a lot in the way of their narrative. However, if I go off which I would be more excited to see, Crocodile or Frieza, Enel or Vegeta, in my opinion, it's a no-brainer.
He's gonna explain himself? I'm more excited to see Vegeta over Enel. So, moving on.
So, the One Piece villains are more complex, but I would rather see...
No, this is the same thing with the side characters. The side characters are objectively better because they influence the story and everything, but I like the side characters in DBZ more, so I'll give the point to One Piece. But over here, I like the DBZ characters more, so I'm giving them the point. When they're more complex over in One Piece. You see this? Commenter, do you see that? We ain't blind here. This is literally what he just did. I like Thing more in Dragon Ball, other than the more complex thing in One Piece. It gets the point. More complex thing in One Piece as opposed to one thing that I like more in DBZ, One Piece gets the point. Do you see this? He could not make an argument for the DBZ villains. He just goes, I'd rather see Cell over Crocodile. So he gets the point. Is he going objective or subjective?
And is he talking about, their final fight? Is he talking about
everything
what they
that
do?
Leads up to it?
What is he talking about?
Man!
Starts to emerge. One Piece's villains a lot of the time are quite complex and offer a lot in the way of their narrative. However, if I go off which I would be more excited to see, Crocodile or Frieza, Enel or Vegeta, in my opinion...
What about Piccolo and the other 2 you named? What about Piccolo and Cell? You would rather see them than Doflamingo?
Unbelievable. Full backstory, Doflamingo. Understanding his motivation fully. Got it. Frieza, he's just here. He's just super strong.
And here, you named 4 villains because if you start going to Boo, you looking stupid. You had to cut down on the villains of Dragon Ball because, okay, you named 4 villains. You didn't name the Red Ribbon Army. You didn't name Dr. Gero.
Tao Pai Pai.
You didn't name Tao Pai Pai, General Blue. You You didn't name Boo. You didn't name the androids. You named 4 people to compare to 4 people in One Piece because if you had to go to the rest, you looking stupid. Rob Lucci!
Rob the Lucci. He is a much better I am a sadistic person.
Dark Justice.
Him killing all those hostages, fantastic.
Magellan, which is just like, I'm just doing my job. I got no animosity towards you, Straw Hat Luffy, but you broke into my prison. So I'm just doing my job. Boa Hancock, a former slave that's just like, we're never going to be that again, so we're going to be the empresses here. We never want to feel that pain again. Don't look at our backs because it can turn you to stone. Oh no, it's just a covered up slave mark.
Fantastic stuff there.
But hey, Piccolo,
though. Yeah, look at that Piccolo. He entered the tournament and followed the rules and everything.
he got dumped out the ring and went, "Well, I lost."
Fair fight, Goku. See ya.
Good on you. Handshakes all around. Arlong went, dude. Arlong is just like, what money? Where's my money? What did I do, Nami? You stole my money, Arlong.
Prove it.
What did I do?
Prove it. What?
You know what you did. Grabs her by the throat. What did I do? Don't worry, you've gotten better. It'll take you no time at all to get that money back.
Vegeta comes to Earth, blows up some stuff, comes over we're gonna kill you all. Oh, Goku, a Saiyan's coming. We'll wait. Kills Nappa because he's weak. Fights. Pieces out. And going into Boo, we know so much little about his whole story, even into the future. But compressed, there's so much. Just the one panel of Moria going, my whole crew was wiped out, as he got this deranged smile on his face. And you go, oh, that big affected him. Why does he have this zombie army? Oh, that's why.
It's a no-brainer. Obviously, like
it's
everything
a
else,
no-brainer.
It all boils down to personal preference, but in my
wait, hold on. What about personal preference?
It all comes down to personal preference.
It's a no-brainer. Obviously, like everything else, it all boils down to personal preference.
Then why did you give One Piece the point on the side characters when you said
literally? He's coming up the ranks.
It can't be.
He's terrible. He's coming up the ranks.
To where we got to start farming.
Yeah, because this is terrible.
This is really bad.
But in my opinion, the point has to go to Dragon Ball for having the better villains.
No. It has the villains you want to see more.
Yes.
You want to see more. Not for having better villains. For villains you simply want to see.
Unbelievable.
That's personal preference. Not going, hey, you go, a lot of time they're complex and what they do speaks to their narrative and stuff, but I enjoy the Dragon Ball villains more. So it has to go to Dragon Ball. Because they're clearly the better villains.
Which is better, the DBZ villains or the One Piece villains? Well, I want to see these more, so it's better, is what you're saying. You've qualified nothing. You just said, I want to see these more. Yeah, they're more nuanced and they affect the plot and they've got their own pathos over there.
And they're complex and all that.
But Big Boom Cell over there, he blowed that up.
I clapped. I didn't clap with Crocodile. But so clearly I'd rather see Cell.
Clapping. You hear that? That's a point.
That's a point to Dragon. Clearly better villain. You can't argue this. You put this video out like I'm here to answer this question, and you're going, I would rather see Ink Frieza over Inaru. And because of that, they have better villains. Cutting out a vast majority. You just went, these are the 4 villains I prefer in Dragon Ball and the 4 villains I prefer in One Piece. And I would rather see the 4 I prefer in Dragon Ball. So they're clearly better.
So they're better. It gets the point.
This is horrible.
This is terrible.
Cultural impact.
You want to take that point back and get you pick the video? Because Jesus Christ, I did not believe this was possible.
He is going to do a tie. He's going to do a tie and just go, well, you decide, audience.
No way.
Discuss it in the comments.
Way. I will break through the limit of that negative 10.
He is 100%.
This will hit a Hall of Fame negative 10 if he does that. He is not even close.
100% going to do.
He can't. Cultural impact. How do you measure this? Beyond, it influenced a lot of things.
I don't know what the last thing is going to be, but it's going to be a Dragon Ball thing. It might even just be
that last one wasn't a Dragon Ball thing.
It might even just be personal preference. It might be nostalgia. It's going to be something that gives Dragon Ball.
And is he talking about cultural impact of the West or the East?
Japan, the world.
Because the cultural impact
the amount of time. Is he going to 11 years to 11 years? Is he going all around?
When it comes to domestic Japanese cultural impact, without question, One Piece is king. In 2000...
Bruh, those Hungry Days noodles boys are flames.
Stupid good.
Flames.
That big war one, oh my goodness.
Where they got Kizaru and Marco doing the kick. I was like, ah! Just marking out for some
gym stuff. Stupid!
Some slice of life cup noodle
commercial. That's insanely well made. AU alternate universe cup noodle bullshit. There's a couple ones where you just pause and look in the background like, oh my goodness, it's the Blackbeard crew. And they're just these big dumb fat people.
And, Nami's going through her stuff, and then Boss Arlong just yelling at her, and it's so quick, and it's just like, that's what it is. It's Arlong. I recognize, I clap. When I watch those, I understand why people just go, I recognize that thing, I clap.
But that's more interesting because you're like, this is a high school like Bond Clay. You're just going, oh my goodness, that's what it even look like.
It's not Ready Player One just going, here's Goro.
Yeah. Here's this big group shot. Oh my goodness, it's all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I went to Japan with my friends to see the place for the very first time, and upon arriving, I was absolutely blown away by how much One Piece stuff there was everywhere. Other friends of mine have traveled to the middle of nowhere, rural Japan, and have found figurines of Luffy laying around. To say One Piece is everywhere in Japan is like saying there are a couple of trees in the Amazon. It's a massive understatement. However, when we leave the sheltered shores in the land of the rising sun and venture into the wider world, Dragon Ball squashes One Piece.
Okay, a bunch of people in Spain watching the stuff.
Yeah.
What, 1,300 people maybe, if even that. Probably closer to like 400. Okay, you traveled to Japan and saw all that crap. Did you travel to other places in the world and see a bunch of Dragon Ball stuff? Or are you just going, hey, a bunch of people are clapping while watching the big screen?
America knows Dragon Ball. Look, Dragon Ball's on Toonami.
Oh, here's Spain. Spain's watching Dragon Ball. Look how much they're having fun watching Dragon Ball.
Oh my goodness, look at all these cartoons that reference Dragon Ball. Children.
How can you?
I wish I could just fly over there and just go, what are you clapping for?
It'd be like the Dark Knight Rises where you just laughed and looked at everybody. Dude, it's one of the moments that will stick in my mind forever. They're all just laughing at this, and you laugh like 2 seconds too long, and then just go. And just start looking around. You bums. Oh, it was fantastic. Yeah, I would. It's reptilian brain stuff. It's the
big
Hulk
fight stuff.
It's the Hulk Hogan's. It's the Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's the Sylvester Stallone type stuff. Where it's just big muscle men fighting, and we're clapping because it's a bunch of big muscle men doing muscle man things.
It's Broly versus Stampede. Stampede's got the action and the story, but Broly is just, oh my goodness, here's 45 minutes of fighting.
To help put it into perspective, Dragon Ball is so impossibly ubiquitous globally that the only other Japanese properties to do better than it on a world stage are the likes of Hello Kitty, Mario, and Pokemon. There's a reason why Goku was chosen as the main ambassador for the 2020 Olympic Games over the
But
likes
Luffy
of Naruto,
was
Sailor
also an ambassador.
But he was the main ambassador.
Doesn't matter, he's also an ambassador.
But main.
Mario, and even Luffy himself. The broad and far-reaching appeal of the Dragon Ball franchise is something that can be felt the world over, whether it be referenced in popular internet videos, parades,
cartoons.
American cartoons, rap lyrics, or even, as I said, the
lyrics.
Olympic game.
Parades.
Both from an
Cultural
optics and sales
impact.
perspective, Dragon Ball gets the definitive win in...
It's not definitive. You didn't go to those places and go, hey, look at this.
Nope.
You got a cartoon references. So, hey, you know what else got referenced? One Piece and The Simpsons.
You went. One Piece is everywhere in Japan. Yeah, but over here,
we got a big screen TV and we've got 400 people watching Dragon Ball and clapping. So definitive win, Dragon Ball, I guess.
The Amazing World of Gumball. It's doing the Super Saiyan thing, huh?
Cultural impact section. Accessibility.
DBZ is shorter, and it's not a whole lot to think about, and thus, One Piece is too much. It's too much.
I'm really about to start crying.
There's too much One Piece. I can't read One Piece. What war, slavery? But over here, this guy is punching this guy. Why? Frieza, he fighting. Vegeta don't like Goku because he's scum and he's high. Oh, but the scum is gonna show the high dude, and then they fight, and then I'm clapping.
And they punch in One Piece too. But you gotta understand why.
I'm not trying to think about all this.
No. You gotta understand why they punch in One Piece, and I don't want that. I want a punch.
That dude's gonna destroy the Earth. He goes, come to this tournament, and then I'm gonna destroy the Earth. We don't want the Earth to be destroyed, so we gotta punch that guy.
And they're punching him. Oh my god!
Yo, look at them punching him. I thought they were gonna punch him, and then they started punching him.
Hold on. They're done punch. No, the kid's gonna punch. Hold on. Oh man, he doesn't even know when the kid gets mad. He punched so hard. Oh, he got mad. Oh, him punching so hard.
And then you got Crocodile with his multi-step, no rain plan in the desert. I have sand power, so I'm just gonna make sandstorms and wipe people out, get people frustrated, get a war going. I come out on top. No, but look at how long One Piece is. It's too long. Nobody can physically get into One Piece. If they
not
were
in 6 months.
Yeah, if they were to try to. No, he got the cutoff. The cutoff was 103. Once you hit 105, if you even open up One Piece and you've never seen it, you'll just turn it to dust. You'll mummify it in that exact moment. It's too much. It's too much. I can't. And my mind is just out. It boom.
You see all the volumes in a manga store. It's just like 97 volumes. I guess I'll just pick up number 1 and it just catches on fire. Oh, I guess I can't.
Someone comes up. Hey. Have you read One Piece before? No, I haven't. Move on.
Can I interest you in Dragon Ball? What happened there? Oh, they punch. Oh, I can get behind that.
Why don't you hold this One Piece volume? Zap. Yep, see, you're not ready. It's too much.
You're not ready. They try to open it up, and it's like 700 pounds.
Yeah, they try to force it.
It's like Arthur's sword trying to turn the book.
8 people just like, ah!
You You got Mr. Olympus just trying somebody. It's like Thor's hammer. They're bringing in trucks. Somebody just opened his book. And so if we can't access it, it's inaccessible.
Hall of Fame -10.
Oh yeah, this is it. Oh, but you know what? Maybe he'll swerve us and actually say, "Hey, One Piece is more." We don't know his arguments yet.
One of the drawbacks to how strong the One Piece story is how involved it can be, which is often the reason why many are afraid to jump into the adventure at first.
No, they're afraid because it's real long. That's it. They just look at the big number and go,
I can't. There's no point. There's so much.
There's so much One Piece. I can't.
And that's a child's mentality. I read a whole bunch of EPO in a short amount of time. Loved it. Loved it so much. It's a lot less involved than One Piece, admittedly, but it's doable. You did it.
You did it in 6 months.
Into the adventure at first. While I was working on reviewing this series, one of the main complaints I heard was how daunting of an enterprise starting and jumping into One Piece can be. It's fantastic.
Who did you hear that from? What was their reasoning? It just sounds like it's just length. And also, there are certain things that you go, okay, I gotta remember this. This is important for later. The Blackbeard Pirates were first mentioned in Drum Island.
You don't even gotta remember that. You could just go, oh wow, they showed up in Drum Island. I had totally forgotten.
That's the only thing, because another vagary of just like, people told me that it's a daunting task. What do you mean? Who told you that?
It's a long series.
It's a long series. It's a lot.
That's it.
Big number.
Big number.
Well structured and paced. However, I can see where they are coming from in some respects. But funnily enough, while
Where?
In some
Give an
respects. I can
example.
see where they're coming from in some respects.
What are you talking about?
Moving on.
Please just tell me.
Moving on.
Please, Mark. Please just tell me.
I can see what they're talking about. They said it was going to be daunting, and I see what they're talking about in some respects, but DBZ, on the other hand...
Dragon Ball is also another long-running anime and manga. I never heard that same complaint touted for...
Because we were watching it weekly. We didn't know how long it was in America. So, and where would you hear it from? Other nerds that you meet at a convention or something that you probably never went to as a kid? Because I didn't even know they existed.
And if you look at DBZ right now, DBZ is finite. DBZ is done. You got Super, but...
Regular Dragon Ball is done.
You got a hard number. One Piece could go on for 1,500, 2,000. It could go on for however long. It's still ongoing. That's why you don't hear people talking about how daunting what DBZ is. Because you got legitimately less than 50 characters in DBZ of importance.
That number is way too high. You're probably
I'm counting your Dodorias and your Zarbons. Stuff like that.
Yeah, that number might still be high. I'm thinking in the 30s. In Dragon Ball, you got Mr. 8, you got Ader, you've got Jiro, which they never met. They didn't meet until Z. You got Jiro, you got a couple members of the Red Ribbon Army. Let's call that 5. So let's just go to 6. You got Tao.
Black, red, and blue.
Okay. We got Tao.
A little Indian boy and the
8.
daddy.
9.
Bulma.
10.
Goku.
Roshi.
Yamcha.
Krillin. 10. Yamcha. Piccolo. King Piccolo, that's 17. Chi-Chi. King, her dad, 19. Korin, that's 20.
That's it for Dragon Ball.
That's about it. Might be missing a character or two, but I gave a little leeway with the Red Ribbon Army. So we're talking about 20. Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, that's 23. Popo, that's 24. We're going into Frieza. Dende, 25. Frieza, 26. Ginyu Force, 31. Dodoria Zarbon, that's 33. Done with Frieza. Android. Trunks, that's 34.
3 androids.
That's
We
37.
already counted Jerome.
Oh, I
We're
forgot
not
the
counting
peel-off
19.
game. So we're 20. I'll even count Android. 41. I'll even count the other Android. I don't care. 41. Cell. That's 42. Boo. Hercule Vidal. Boo. 44.
Supreme Kai.
Kai.
Oh, and we've got King Kai as well.
No, I counted King Kai when I said. No, I didn't. 46. You might have been closer. 50. But you know what? I just counted almost every important character.
Yeah. And there were some leeways given there. We could
much leeway.
We could do either or Zarbon Dodoria.
No, we could do
both aren't needed. We could go one or conglomerate them as Frieza Force henchmen.
Either way, yes. Throughout 591 chapters, you have maybe 50 characters. And then 25 of the characters, 30 of the characters never show up again. So once their arc is complete, you really don't need to think about them ever again.
Ader, Indian chick, little Indian boy, Tao Pai Pai,
General Blue,
Rip.
All those people never need to think about it.
If we're talking about hard end of DBZ stuff, we're talking in maybe 20s.
And that's probably high.
Just all importance in DBZ, we're talking sub 20. But we got whole Reverie arcs in One Piece of just all these kings who have their own kingdoms and they're ruining their own kingdoms. In
the story of Wapol.
Wapol, he got a whole cover arc and became a notable king enough that they invited him to Reverie.
On the contrary, Dragon Ball's story is touted as being incredibly simple and easy to follow along with at any point in time. And I think...
Hey, Dragon Ball is better because it's more simple.
Yep.
So it gets a point of which one is better.
100%. Rocket.
That's one of the biggest secrets to its success. One can jump in.
No. Right place, right time. Mm-hmm. That's the secret to its success.
Yu Yu Hakusho is unbelievably simple. But I'd say it's like a quarter of the popularity of DBZ.
While being 5 times better.
Anywhere in the story and have a great time, whereas in One Piece, a lot of the events are very much plot-driven and satisfying.
Ooh, that's false. What do you need to learn about anything before you get to Skypiea? Can you just read Skypiea? Can you just read Water 7 in its lobby?
Boy, you can sure read Thriller Bark. You can hop in and just go...
Arlong Park?
Here's a crew skeleton dude rocking it.
What are you talking about? Saba Odi Archipelago? Maybe the hockey stuff. But no, that's just like Dragon Ball Z where we just jumped in. It's just like we know these characters. So yeah, same thing.
Just Rosa, they explain Ace's devil fruit, the importance, how he died, when he died.
Where can you not jump in?
There's stuff like Zoe where you go, okay, that's...
But you're going to do yourself a disservice 100%. If you do that.
Same thing with DBZ, really. You can't just hop into Frieza, really. Because you got to go, where are they going? Well, they're going to resurrect their friends. How did the friends die? This way. They died by Vegeta's hand and Nappa. Who are Vegeta and Nappa?
But he's talking about you can jump into Dragon Ball at any point and have a good time. You can jump into One Piece at any point and have a good time. You're just going to miss a lot of the nuanced and good stuff because you didn't read all that crap beforehand.
You don't know what's going on.
But
I could show Odin's backstory to a lot of people.
Dude.
It's such a tightly written, hard 10 on 10 story.
Do you know how many times I've gone on Facebook and Twitter and just gone, One Piece is a long series, I get it. Read this one chapter because it encapsulates everything you need to know in One Piece, and it's pretty self-contained because they explain everything that's going on around it. Just read it and tell me that it's not one of the greatest things you've read.
What's the one chapter?
Who's the fool king of the fools? That one, the Fool Lord or whatever. When he's in the pot, because it starts with the kid just going, "Is Dad really gonna die today?" And he's crying, and the wife is trying to and console him. Then it goes over to that, and it's like, he danced around for all this time so you guys would be protected. It tells you everything that's going on in that arc in just that one chapter. While this man is holding up a bunch of people in boiling oil for an hour. Thank you for your support.
You can do it on. It's too late, you pieces of you were mock him all this time. Thanks for the support. Odin is so good. He all this time later, he goes, I'm gonna introduce this Cadillac of a man and then kill him.
You know he's dead from day one, but dude, and then everybody, when that first started, everybody was like, "Oh man, this is going on too long." And then as soon as it was over, people were like, "This is one of the greatest things that's happened in One Piece." Oda gets that leeway because he's so f***ing good. But again, you know, you hear stuff like Smile and Saba Odi. You're not gonna get that interest from. You're not gonna understand.
You're not gonna understand every little nuance
thing if you're just jumping into it.
Moments depend heavily on factors that were established earlier in the story. Think Arlong Park with...
Okay, here's the thing. You're basically going, you can just jump in wherever you want in Dragon Ball. How is that good?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I read a story from the beginning?
That's why so many people just hopped into DBZ and just going, oh, Piccolo, I guess Piccolo's an evil dude. Don't really need too much of anything there. You got everything. Strong, Goku's strong. These are his friends. Moving on. It's not a point of pride to just be able to be like, yeah, you can just hop in anywhere and just rock it. But this one, you need to know about the world and everything that's going on before you enjoy it. But here, strong guy, punch guy.
That were established earlier in the story. Think Arlong Park with Nami. That scene with Luffy wouldn't hit nearly as hard if you didn't already know what happened in the story prior.
Okay,
However, in the case of Dragon Ball...
think Majin Vegeta sacrificing himself. That wouldn't hit as hard if you didn't know all the things that Vegeta went through. Do you see what we're doing here? And this is an emotional moment versus a fight.
And then we're talking about Arlong Park. They explain everything in Arlong Park. They get there. Najiko's like Nami. They get there. Nami pretends to kill Usopp. And then, like, you guys need to leave. I did kill Usopp. Just leave. And Luffy's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. She's like, well, fine. Die for all I care. She goes to her home. She starts throwing and breaking things and crying. Najiko's like, what's wrong? She's like, nothing. Najiko goes to find them. It's like, wow, I understand why Nami's having such a hard time. And she's like, she loves her crew. She had so much fun. There's backstories of her having fun in the crew. Everything is there in that arc. It's just not as good if you didn't read beforehand. But you can still enjoy the arc at the time because it provides all the information you need.
But he's just going, look at this one sad moment versus this one moment of punch stuff. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting! You're not going to get the same emotional beat if you don't know these characters, but you can jump into this fight anytime.
Anytime. Because that's what DBZ is.
The standoff with Vegeta is so simple to understand that hopping on becomes possible for both the young and old alike. My dad got caught up in it and he didn't even know what anime was. And
who cares? I don't care about your anecdotal bullshit. My dad caught up with it. What do we know about your dad? He doesn't know what anime is. Okay, but what are his frame of references? Does he like something like the Suicide Squad where he's just sitting down and watching whatever? Or does he like long running stuff? Does he like episodic stuff? Does he like simple stuff, complex stuff? Just going your dad doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know your daddy.
My mom got into JoJo's because she likes vampires.
She loved Your Name.
Did she?
Yeah. Never saw it. I was just like, she was like, what's a good anime movie? I go, a lot of people were talking about this. It's pretty sad. It's got a whole lot. And she was like, yeah, it was amazing. I was like, okay, I'm not watching that shit.
Not watching that shit.
That's not for me. But yeah, my brother got into One Piece and it's really long. What does that say? That says nothing.
There was this was like 15 years ago. I was in the Naruto forums, and there was a gif of Luffy using Gear Second and beating up Bluno, and somebody was like, I got into One Piece just because of that gif. Hey, fight stuff? See, fight stuff is easy to be compelled by. I don't need to know the backstory of a boxer to enjoy a fight. I don't really need to know the backstory of a wrestler to enjoy a fight. Mm-hmm. But the wrestling fight will be a lot better to me because I know the backstory that's going on.
You know all their abilities and everything. Like if something like Apollo Crews, he can like do a backflip from a standing position. You see that for the first time, you're like, holy! I didn't know he could do that, and he has that in his repertoire now. But yeah, as long as something explains what their abilities are in the fight, like something like JoJo, you can hop into a JoJo fight because for the most part they'll go, okay, I can reconstruct stuff, and this dude, he's in a book and he can like fold up paper and do this thing, and here comes this dude with these pitter patter feet and he chases stuff. That's really easy to get into. It's just fight stuff. As long as you can see what they're doing, it's super easy to get into as opposed to an emotional moment.
I first started watching the series. Like most people in the West, I jumped in halfway through the series and loved it all the same. Some of you out there might be saying that...
What do you need from Dragon Ball into Z? We established that Piccolo is an evil dude that has a grudge against Goku. Don't need anything there. Krillin is a friend of Goku. Roshi is his master. Bulma is his friend.
He has a kid now, and they're surprised by it.
What do we need from Dragon Ball?
It isn't important. However, I think it's hard to discredit it.
Wait, hold on. What?
Way through the series and loved it all the same. Some of you out there might be saying that accessibility isn't important. However, I think it's hard to discredit it because, in reality, how accessible something is plays a large role into its ultimate success in connecting with people around.
Pause. You don't know how accessible anything is until you get into it unless you're hearing it from secondhand from other people. If you just pick up One Piece and go, wow, it's long. You don't know if it's long because it's a lot of stuff going on. If it's stretched out, if it's like JoJo where it hops between different protagonists, you don't know. If I slide One Piece across, if I slide 5 volumes of One Piece over to somebody and go, I'm not telling you how long this is. Accessibility don't matter if they're into it. If they get into it and go, I love this thing, and I go, okay, great. There's 89 other volumes. They're like, oh no, I'm not reading this. I love it, but I'm not trying to be invested in that. This is silly.
Do you know how many people I've gotten into One Piece? One dude literally he'll go through binges of One Piece and he'll just start DMing me like, okay, this is awesome, blah 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 blah. And he was one of the people that's just like, nope. But I just kept pushing. See, this is the thing. People look at the length of One Piece and just like, I gotta read all of that. Who said you have to? Read up to a certain point. Get to Arlong. Finish Arlong. If you like it, keep going. If you're finish Alabasta. If you don't like it, drop it.
What is that, like 50, 60 chapters?
Yes. It's like easy. It's like chapter 52. Arlong Park is like episode 39.
Mad easy to get to. And it's pretty simple in the beginning. Not a whole lot of concept. You got Devil Fruit. They explain Devil Fruit pretty soon.
They slowly roll this crap out.
Here are these different races. Some people are just super strong with their feet. Some people are just really good at sniping, swords and everything. It's a slow build. It's not all... You don't open it up and it's Samurai 8. And they just go, all right, slow down for a second. Let me show you the first page of Samurai 8. Because it is a chunky boy. And it is them boys where it's just like, oh, this crap isn't really explained at all.
But yeah, this is a ridiculous point. Just like the accessibility of a series is why it's better. Because by that metric, Ippo simply cannot be as good. No, not even Ippo. Detective Conan simply cannot be as good as the next thing because it's both long and there's a lot of just talking. Now it's all self-contained within and you can jump in, whatever. But like, what's the end point? Wow, that is not the first page.
This character never appears in the entire show.
Oh my god!
I just saw that. I'm like, who the is that?
Kishi, don't do this. Yeah. Accessibility means little when you're determining if one thing is better than the other.
That accessibility does not speak to the quality.
Better is a quantifiable thing. I think you could think both is good, but I think this is better. I think both are bad, but I think this is better. Which is better? Well, this is more accessible to me.
This sold more.
This sold more, so it gets a point of better. This is more accessible, so it gets a point of better.
You see this?
I like the villains more, so it gets a point of better.
On the world. And when you compare Dragon Ball's wide appeal worldwide with One Piece's, it becomes obvious which one wins this section. Dragon Ball takes the point here. And with that, we have a tie. 4 points for Dragon Ball and 4 points for One Piece.
You bullshitted your way into those 4 points for Dragon Ball.
%.
Dude, you can't even look at this. The visuals, which was just pedal work. The villains, which is just, I'd rather see Frieza. The appeal, which, what does that have to do with quality? And accessibility, which, what does that have to do with quality?
Unbelievable.
This should be 0-4 at this point.
Unbelievable.
Can't end in a tie, and so I needed a tiebreak. I decided to, instead of creating another topic for these guys to be compared in, earlier this week I decided to pose 2 polls to see which one you...
Shut up! Because, one, this is purely the people that follow you. Because I never saw this poll. And 3, it's such a small sample size of 2 global things.
What does it matter?
And 3, and what does it matter?
And what if somebody like you had only ever read DBZ? So of course they're going to vote for it without even knowing about One Piece. That's skewed.
You all preferred. One on my Twitter and another on my YouTube channel, and between them over 100,000 votes were cast by fans across the globe. And the winner was One Piece. One Piece wins.
Okay, still disgusting. I don't care.
So One Piece gets a point in better because people think it's better. What does that matter? What?
I thought you were going to answer this question.
Yes.
But you're going accessibility and the visuals because of panel work.
Instead of making another category, I'm just going to put it to you guys. Which one do you think is better? Why even have the category?
Why even have the video?
Why even have the video?
You got the poll. Oh, you guys just... Because they decided it anyway. You guys decided One Piece was better. Why even have the poll? I mean, the video.
Legit. What did we learn from this? He likes the paneling of DBZ for some reason. He likes the villains more for some reason.
Unexplained.
One Piece sold more. DBZ is more accessible, even though it's all over Japan. And look, it's over here in cartoons and stuff.
The cultural impact.
What did we gain from this video? This is worthless.
Worthless.
It wasn't even fully your opinion. You flip-flop between objective and subjective.
And then just went, you guys decide.
Man.
But
so he just covered his own butt. Like, look, I said it was a tie, but you guys said One Piece. That's all this is. Don't get mad at me. I said it was even.
You just can't admit on your Dragon Ball channel that One Piece is vastly superior as a series. Because you go, the side characters, there's probably some I like more than in One Piece, but I gotta give it to One Piece. I would rather see these villains, so I gotta give the villains to Dragon Ball. You took away your like for one and then used it to give a point to another. This is terrible, Mark.
Legit awful.
This time, but I think that's going to be something that's ever changing between them.
How is it ever changing?
Dragon Ball's done.
You've not mentioned Super at all. When you mentioned it once, just like, Super ain't as good as Dragon Ball in these panel layouts and everything. You think Super is going to get better than One Piece? How is it going to be ever changing? Unless One Piece takes a dive, which
it has yet to.
We have no precedent for that. So if I woke up in a coma in 3 years in the future and the first thing this dude said to me was like, yo, One Piece got trash, I'd be like, I do not believe you.
Dang, what happened to One Piece? Oh, dude, it's horrible. You lying.
Man, I got 3 years of One Piece to catch up. You don't even want to do that.
Why not? Oh, no, dude, it's so bad.
No, but here's this Dragon Ball Super. It got amazing. Ever changing.
I still think I was in a coma.
Yo, it's like, okay, yeah, just put me back under.
I'll
wait for it to get better.
Clearly I died and this is just hell.
Yeah, 100%.
All a property that has both an anime and manga currently in circulation. However, even in saying that, for these two titans of the industry to contend so feverishly with one another shouldn't be held as a slight to either, but instead a testament to how fantastic and fundamentally brilliant both of these franchises truly are, and how much everyone seems to love and respect them.
You are a
child. I just wanted to get through this video.
They're both great, y'all. They're both great. You want zero discourse.
Zero. Yeah.
You make this video, just throw up your hands and just go, even points, they're both amazing. Just because One Piece is better as voted by you guys doesn't mean it's a slight on Dragon Ball. They're both amazing. They're both iconic.
Let me just say, for the record,
man,
Dragon Ball is not amazing.
No.
It's
not good.
There's a lot of good within it.
There most certainly is. But would you say on the whole,
here's
not count Super, just straight 500 or so chapters,
reevaluating it, I would probably lower it. But at the time, I don't mean at the time of like I'm into Dragon Ball, but at the time that I have absorbed a lot more, let's just even say 8 years ago, maybe a 6.5. Mm-hmm. At that time,
I'd give it that as well.
Reevaluating it now, probably closer to like 5.5.
I was going like 4.
I think it's a little above average.
It does a lot, but it also doesn't do a lot.
See, the problem is Dragon Ball Z itself skews it because the last 2 arcs are just like almost.
Dragon Ball lifts it up.
Yes, Dragon Ball itself is like an 8. And half of Dragon Ball Z is like a 6. And then but the last half of Dragon Ball is like a 2.
What else can you think of that is just like power? Look at the Frieza saga.
Yeah.
Here comes, you got Dodorian. It's like, oh, it's Dodorian. Then you got, oh, it's Zarbon. Oh, he can transform and he's even stronger. Oh, here comes the Ginyu Force.
Oh, it's Frieza.
Oh, it's Frieza. Nail was in like 60,000. He was 3 times stronger than Earth Vegeta. Raw. And he's getting baby moded by Frieza. What else can you just have that hard escalation like that? You put Kuma on, instead of, if it was just Thriller Bark with Kuma, you could make an argument. But it was just wrong place, wrong time. Where it's just like everybody's exhausted, can't nobody do anything, and he's just wrecking.
You can make an argument for what?
You can make an argument for them beating Kuma.
Please do. That's just not happening.
He takes a very long time to do this Urusa shock. He has to do the big. Crap! He could just wipe him away.
Yes, that's exactly what happened in Saba
Yeah,
Oni.
he could teleport behind him and just wipe him away. All right.
Yeah, no.
Okay, no. I was just making an argument of just like it wasn't a power escalation thing. It was this dude is just coming in. Say it was somebody of equal strength or a little bit stronger than Moria. Mm-hmm. If you slot that into Moria, it'd be the same thing. But if it was just like they hop onto Namek and all of a sudden it's just Ginyu Force, everybody's dead.
During various podcasts stating that I think that comparing these is almost impossible.
No, it's not. You can compare anything.
No, it's impossible to do so because one is just so much better.
in that aspect.
In that aspect,
but
yes.
that's not what he's going with. He's going, oh, they're doing different things. They're setting out to do different things. This is just a power fantasy, big strong punch thing, and this is a big old whole world. So story, politics, all this stuff.
As far as just like pure comparison, yes, almost anything can be compared if it's within the same medium. I don't think you can compare like a sandwich to a movie or something. But, you know, two movies, I don't care if they're in completely different genres.
Romance, comedy, whatever. You can still compare them. Shot, composition, acting, all sorts of things.
Is almost impossible.
No, it's
they're
not.
just too different, and while on some level are
Pause.
similar.
Why did you compare them in this video?
Okay. How can you determine which is better then if they're just so different that it's not even a point to say which is better? It's like going a slice of life show in a battle manga and then going, well, which is better? Which is better in what? So if they're doing such different things, why are you trying to quantify why one is better than the other?
And occupy the same industry, both try to achieve extremely different things with vastly different approaches in design philosophy. But I decided to ignore.
What is DBZ trying to achieve?
What is One Piece trying to achieve? I think they just set out to make as good a manga as they could.
Yeah. He seems to... Themes.
For that and make this video because I thought it might be fun. And in the end, One Piece won thanks to the popularity it has to this day. However, 50 years ago, this was the cutting-edge standard for Japanese storytelling, and today it looks like this.
No, it wasn't, because JoJo was out back then. And JoJo was even more simple, but it's a lot better.
Also, 50 years ago was the 70s.
I think you might have said 15, but even then, that's...
No,
not
because
right.
they showed Dragon Ball.
Say 50 or 15?
To this day. However, 50 years ago...
50 years ago, okay.
Yeah, no. 50 is the 70s.
Okay, then.
Dragon Ball was...
Late 80s. Mid to late 80s. He misspoke.
He scripted this.
He misspoke.
He researched for 5 hours, and then he went 50 years ago.
He misspoke.
This was the cutting-edge standard for Japanese storytelling, and
based on... and there was stuff before and after. So based on...
What are you talking about?
today it looks like this. Our standards...
Okay, why are you bullshitting this? You're going, oh, this was the standard, you know, we have the little kid and it's just like a weird little thing, and then here come Luffy Punch.
This was the cutting edge standard for Japanese storytelling, and today it looks like this. Our standards for what qualifies as better are constantly changing, but it raises an interesting question, I think, for me to leave you all with today. In 25 years, after One Piece is finished, will it still be as popular as it is now? Will it have the same...
Absolutely. Do you think people are just gonna give up on One Piece once it's done? Have people given up on Dragon Ball when it's been done?
That's the point he's making.
No.
25 years later, Dragon Ball is still, you know, popular. Will One Piece be?
So One Piece is already almost doubling the length of time that Dragon Ball has been around.
And
original Dragon Ball.
That.
And basically doubling its popularity. And are you going, is it going to stand the test of time? Do you know how many things are going to be compared to One Piece in the future?
How many things are compared now?
Everything, once One Piece ends, is going to be, what's the next One Piece? Oh my goodness, this thing is selling quite well. Is it the next One Piece?
One Piece has been in 2 generations of big threes. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? It was basically for almost 14 years, One Piece, and then Attack on Titan got close, but then it just became another and then. Demon Slayer is the first thing to pass it in over a decade.
And I respect it for ending. Because it could have just been a whole nother Naruto DBZ where it's just a stretch.
same staying power that Dragon Ball has proven to have. Only time will tell, but until then, I've been...
You know why it will? Because the kids growing up in One Piece right now will grow up. Just like the kids that grew up on Dragon Ball grew up, which is us. And it's still popular to our generation. So in 25 years, when those kids are grown up, it's going to be popular to their generation. Mm-hmm. And so on and so forth until we all die. This is a Hall of Fame. -10. I could not believe. I thought it was just going to be like, whatever.
I did too.
I thought it was going to be an 8 video, maybe.
Yep.
This is horrible.
This is awful.
You tried to shoehorn in the most bullshit way just to tie One Piece. Because it's clear, come on, villains are better in One Piece.
According to him, he just prefers them, so it wins.
You talk about complex and narrative and all that, and then just go, but I like them more, so...
They get it.
It has to be them. Accessibility?
Can I read a tweet from him? Because, like I said, he was arguing quite a lot on Twitter about this. Someone just goes, I came from an English lit background, so for me and most pro critics and everything like that, it's the stuff that I listed above. Complexity of narrative, commentary on human culture, nature and condition, believability of character choices. And he goes, I understand what you're saying, and please don't think I'm trying to be obtuse or difficult. Obviously saying that, obviously someone can look at the narrative competency and see that One Piece has employed much more than Dragon Ball. But to suggest that it makes it a better story is a leap. Because it's complex doesn't mean that it's better.
But he said it was simple, so it's better.
He went nuts on Twitter.
Yeah, because I'm sure B was getting dragged. And rightly so.
Yeah, this is... I think he realized that he made a boo-boo.
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, it is opinions equal. Some person can like one thing, one person can like another thing. There's no definitive answer which is better outside of objective sales. If someone didn't like One Piece story, then to them Dragon Ball would be better. That wouldn't make them wrong or someone else right. Just a difference of thinking.
Okay. But the problem was the things you quantified of why one series is better than the other. Sales should not factor into your opinion of why something is better. The cultural impact should not play into why you think is better. Just explain yourself. This is terrible.
Because of the subjectivity of the topic, it was an opinion piece. All I could do is explain why I liked or disliked something. If you want me to further clarify on something I said, by all means ask. Why was it not in the video? He's just going, if you want me to elaborate on this, just ask.
I'm about to ask him something there.
Oh no.
Where is it at?
It was
in fact,
this one right here.
If you have a specific...
You can
I see you.
Search for Mark and then just further clarify. Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll just give my thoughts. Yeah, this is a terrible video. Like I said, I hate vagaries and things. Whenever I try to make a comment or try to explain why I don't like something or why I do like something, I don't just go, it's good. I like this thing more. I try to quantify why exactly I think those things. There are certain times where we're just talking and just going on and everything, and I probably just went, yo, Haikyuu sucks, and then just moved on. Because I think it does. I don't like the characters too much. We need to hit a Haikyuu video because there's a whole lot that I need to say about this, about how Hinata is just very unrealistic in his training and everything, and it's just...
Let me see that tweet again. Specific question. Okay.
Yeah, try when you're trying to either convince somebody of something or try to get your opinion out. Try to be as clear and concise as possible because you don't want to have these questions. There's so many times where we just go, what do you mean? Why? And they just move on. This is good. Moving on. This is bad. Moving on. This is different. This is subversive. Moving on. Things like that piss me off because it's tweet stuff. You have all the time in the world. You have the creativity of writing, redrafting, everything. And you put this out where you just go, I prefer the villains. I prefer Frieza to Inaru, so it wins. This is what you're giving us. And it's insanity. The fact that you thought that this was good enough to just go, I don't know what you said in the beginning. I'm putting out my opinions. I'm proving this right or wrong. I don't know what you said. I don't care what you said. This was not whatever you set out to do because it was nothing. I really dislike this video.
Sorry, I'm still tweeting.
That's fine. I lifted it just so you could
continue. Yeah. So I don't know what the criteria was for his line of thinking. Mm-hmm. Was he trying to be as objective as possible, or was he just simply pouring his feelings out onto the page? Because there are some times where it's just like, this is objective, blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes it's feelings. You got something like, I probably like some of the Dragon Ball characters more, side characters more, but I gotta give it to One Piece. I like the villains more, so I gotta give it to Dragon Ball. Are you talking about the feeling? Are you talking about what you enjoyed, your enjoyment? Like, what is this?
You quantified that the side characters of One Piece have more impact on the story. That's what makes them better. But then over in the villains thing, you just said, I like the villains more. And that's all you gave. That's not good. I don't know if you edited this, but you should have saw that and edited it going, I'm not explaining myself properly. There's too many questions. What did you set out to do with this video? I understand what you said, it was just a bit of fun, but you could just go, there's plenty of ways to just have fun with DBZ and One Piece. Better than this. Which is better? I don't know. This is just my... What were those... How did you come to those 8 criteria? Why those 8 specifically? What about the sales makes One Piece better? What about the accessibility makes DBZ better? These are things that we need to understand. You should have explained the 8 criterias better or anything. But you just went, these are 8 things to force a tie, and then you decide, and then y'all said it was One Piece, so y'all fought. Fight in the comments. That drives up interactions, that drives up the video, and search rankings and everything. And
I have to ask 2 questions. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, this is really bad.
Yeah, it's really, really bad.
This is
the shortest Hall of Fame video that we hit.
Yeah, the other ones were like 4-hour boys, 5-hour boys. That Emre was just like, it's 3 hours and I'm not cutting up a single second more. This is just like, and it started out just like, whatever, sales. Why would you do this? And then it just turned so hard, so quick.
If he had explained himself better, it wouldn't be so bad. But we just have the hardest, I prefer these characters versus these characters are better. And that doesn't track at all. It's one or the other, subjective or objective. Define that in the beginning of the video. This is what I believe.
Not even subjective and objective. Is it what you think is better or what you like more?
Or what you think other people think are better? Or what? Ooh. Well, good luck finding the next video. Pieces.
Hey. Then again, I probably should give it to you because you called out that tie. Leave it to y'all discuss it.
That's not how this works, though.
That's not how it works. Because this is the last video before Fairy Tail Month.
Oof.
So.
Spicy.
Yeah, this is going up immediately. This was horrible.
It's really, really bad.
Yep. Don't know what we're doing next?
You never know. Unless we do know.
We're watching Justice League next week, which is going to be tremendous.
We should do just a little 20-30 minute thoughts on it after.
Yeah, I could definitely do that. Yep. Okay, we're out of here.